So once again, starting from the storage fold of the blanket, this is actually a really useful series to release the abdominal muscles from tension and tightness. I have heard from many of my students and clients that it is very useful around the time of the month. It can also be useful for conditions like irritable bowel syndrome. However, if you practice this and you find that it does make your condition worse, please stop and don't do it anymore. We want to always make sure that we are improving our situation and not making things more complicated for ourselves. This will feel a little bit uncomfortable, but you will know how much discomfort is appropriate for your body. So the first thing from the storage fold, we will unfold it once to the kneeling position. And for this one, you're going to actually unfold it one more time. So it's in that quartered position. From here, I'm going to place it down on the floor, but we're going to, I'll hold it up here. We're going to fold it into thirds. All right, so third long ways, and then another third long ways, so you get this nice thin flat noodle. And then for this one, I like to place the fringe side at the top of the mat. You're going to come face down on this blanket with a little bit of roll to it on the bottom. Now, if your abdominal muscles are very tight and tense, you might find that the smallest of rolls is really appropriate for you. The more you roll it up, obviously, the more intense this is going to be. So there are 3 positions where you will be placing this roll. The first is if you feel where your ribs are at the sides of your body and you kind of walk your fingers in, you'll start to feel a soft spot in between the right and left rib cage. So that will be the first place that the roll will press into. It's about, I'll say, a couple inches above the belly button, depending on how long your torso is. And the second position is really easy. It will be exactly on your navel. And the third position will actually be midway between your pubic bone and your belly button. So right around there, all right? And depending on what's going on for you, you might feel the blanket more intense in one or more of those places. So you'll first lie face down in that first position, so a little bit higher than the navel, and I'm just gonna roll up a little bit. And you get that blanket in there. And then your job is to simply let the arms come down, and you can turn your head to a side if that bothers the neck. You can fold the hands and just stack the forehead on the hands. And for a couple moments, you will simply lie here and breathe and try to release as much as you can into the blanket. So you can stay here for 4 to 6 breaths, or 30 seconds to a minute. Now, when you go to shift positions, if you move yourself, it's a lot easier than moving the blanket. However, if you move yourself without holding onto the blanket's going to roll up more and might give you more intense sensation than you're looking for. So what I always recommend you do is lift up a little bit, hold onto the blanket roll, and then scoot yourself forward to the second position, which, as I mentioned, is right on the belly button. You'll do the same thing and relax down and stay for 4 to 6 breaths or 30 seconds to a minute. And then the third position, same thing, you'll lift yourself up, hold onto the roll, scoot yourself forward to that lowest position, come down and relax. And when you're ready to come up, you can place the hands at the sides of the body and just press yourself up. And sometimes when you come up from that, I like to stay up in a table pose before I go back into a child's pose. If that's something that you want to do, you can do that afterwards. But sometimes you'll feel a little rush of heat in the area that we've just worked. So that is a pretty common reaction to having the blanket there. So you can practice that every day, again, as long as it does not worsen your condition in any way. And then we will return the blanket to our storage fold so that it's ready for next time.